Hi, welcome to Live with Aaron and Kelly. I'm Kelly V. Dolan.
And I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez.
And that's right. We have the very talented and beautiful Brande Roderick on the phone. How are you, Brande?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. So we want to know, it's all about celebrities, on
All-Star Celebrity Apprentice.
On Apprentice, and we're wondering, what is it like, when you're given these tasks and you're working with all these other people? What are some of the things that are the challenges when you're working with these people?
Well, definitely that they're all big personalities. So sometimes, it's a little hard to work in a room when everybody has a big personality. We've got different personalities from Omarosa, who is, the biggest villain on television, to Little John, who's a big personality. It's like everybody's just got these ginormous personalities, for sure.
Well, speaking of Omarosa, are we going to see kind of a different side to her? Because it came out, of course, that her and Michael Clark Duncan, had a relationship, and before he died, and it was very serious. Does some of that come across on the show?
Well, it definitely comes across on the show because it was shortly after.
Okay.
But you are definitely going to see her live up to her title of biggest villain on television. So,
wow. So
you're definitely going to see
Spoiler
it.
alert.
I'm hearing like you and
Yeah.
maybe you and her had a couple interactions then, I'm assuming.
Oh, absolutely.
She's like, I'm not denying it.
The question is, who doesn't have an interaction with her?
That's true. That's true. Yeah. I have to admit, when I saw her on the list, I said, oh, no, this is going to be a crazy ride. Now, of all the people that you have there, I mean, who are you teaming up with right now? Like, who, or at what point? I know you've recorded quite a few in advance. Are you done with the recording, or are you still in a season?
Yeah, we're finished, but the winner is not going to be determined or announced until the finale.
Got it.
What a lot of people tweet and Facebook, and they have a lot of questions for you. But one of the biggest questions is, and I'm sure you get this a lot, is what is it like actually being in that boardroom and talking with Donald Trump? How intense is it?
You know what? It's actually pretty intense and pretty nerve-wracking. You wouldn't think so, because it's television. You're playing for charity. It should be fun and light, but it's not. I mean, we all take it very seriously because we're all playing for such great causes, and we want to win. And when you have somebody that's across from you, possibly going to tell you that you're fired and you can no longer have that opportunity to raise money for charity again, it's nerve-wracking.
Sure.
Definitely.
And that's
especially if you're as competitive as I am.
And we do see that. And, that's one thing that I love about the show is the charity aspect of it. Can you tell us a little bit about the charity that you're fighting for, Promises to Kids?
Promises to Kids is a foundation that supports severely neglected and abused children. It's an emergency shelter, but they also have wonderful foster children programs as well.
And how did you get involved with that program?
Well, they're local from where I live here in San Diego, and I wanted to, after having children, I just couldn't imagine a child going any amount of time without having care, from somebody that loves them. And that's exactly what this organization does. They take in all these children and give them not just the shelter and food and that sort of thing, but they actually really care and love for these kids. And I just don't want to see a child go without. So for me, that was huge.
It's funny. I was doing a little research on you because I knew we had the interview, and I watched an interview saying that you had looked up to Joan Rivers, because she was on the show previous when you were on it. Is there anybody this particular season that you look up to or admire, and what for?
One person.
Well, I could say not going into it, there wasn't anybody.
Okay.
But coming out of it, Mary Lou Hunter.
Oh.
She's somebody who I befriended that I had a strong connection with that I just adore now.
Oh.
Okay. And why so? What was the connection that you guys had?
Well, the connection is that we both have two little boys that are the same age difference. So we definitely had that connection, and she, was able to, I think, kind of not necessarily teach me a lot, but she was there, because I had to be away from my kids for quite some time, and she got it, and she understood, and she was just like, we just had that connection.
Plus, she loves animals. I remember the ad that they did in the season I think that you were in, where it was for PETA, and she loves animals. So that therefore, I think all people that love animals should be on Apprentice.
Now, there you go. Maybe we could do a season where it's like all animal lovers
against non-animal lovers, poachers against animal lovers.
Could you imagine?
I want that show. No, but
now, Brande, what's one misconception out there about you? You've had a great career as an actress. A lot of people know you as Playmate of the Year, and as well as a businesswoman, an entrepreneur. What is a misconception that you think is out there that you kind of want to set straight?
Gosh, you know what? I feel like the last time I did the show, I got to set straight a lot of misconceptions, which is, model / actress, are not maybe the smartest, women, but I got to, I think, change that by being a sharp businesswoman and being in the Final Four, and, which helped me this time around. I'm one of the favorites being in the Final Four last time. So, I feel like I don't have anything that I have to set straight anymore, to be honest. But I still always work extra hard and, try to be the best that I can be, always.
Brande, I identify with you. I am a model and a actor of sorts, and I get that problem all the time, but I have not been able to put, it on the line. But with that being said, it's interesting because after the Apprentice, after that season, you founded 2 companies. Now, was it because of your time on Apprentice, or did it help you in some way, or was it something that you had always been wanting to do and you just never got around to?
You know what? I think that definitely work begets work, so always, everything leads into something else. But for me, one of the companies, Pantofolo d'Oro, which is an Italian shoe company, it's pdoitalia.com, founded it with Tommy Hilfiger and Adam Levine from Maroon 5, and they're my partners, and it's a great Italian-made shoe that's it can be dressed up or down. And then I have my fantasy sports website, which is fantaz.com. It's all, skill-based games, fantasy football, fantasy basketball, baseball. You can play against your favorite celebrity, and it's something that hasn't been done before, and I feel like people would enjoy that, so we founded that company.
Our station manager is going to love that, Pauline. He plays fantasy football all the time. We're going to turn him on to that.
Now, are you a big sports fan? Is that why you started? And who do you root for?
Well, I root for the Niners, but my husband played for the Broncos.
Okay.
So so it's always, a house divided, but, he's the sports man. So between my celebrity friends and his sports friends and, our other friend who is a big techie guy, we created this wonderful fantasy sports site.
Well, Brande, thank you so very much for taking time with us here on the show. You have so many fans out there. What would you like to tell them about the new show and the new season?
Definitely tune in on Sunday night, 9 p.m., 8 p.m. Central Time, and you will not be disappointed. The season is going to be exciting and fun and heartfelt and scary all at the same time.
Awesome. I can't wait to see the scary stuff, Brande. Thank you so very much.
Thanks so much, Brande.